Alright, Shalom Akim. This is the brother Karatazar from the Florida camp down here in Orlando, Florida. And what we're gonna do today, we're gonna go into the royal laws, the laws of the Most High, concerning land and property. Alright, so first thing first, we're gonna start out with Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 1 and 2. So Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 1 says, "Now therefore hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and unto the judgments which I teach you." Now the Israelites obviously are the so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Hispanics, okay? So he says, "Hearken unto the statutes and judgments which I have taught, which I teach you, for to do them, that ye may live and go in and possess the land which the Lord God of your fathers giveth you." Alright, so we're going to skip down to verse 5. It says, "Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither you go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations." So what is our wisdom and our understanding? It's the holy laws, the laws of the Most High, alright, contained in the Holy Bible. So that's our wisdom, alright, and our understanding in the sight of the nations. Alright, it says, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation. So we got Israel, YAHSHARAHLA, you're a great nation. So-called Negroes, Native Americans, Hispanics. It says, this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, who has God so nigh to them, as the Lord our God is in all things that we call upon him for? And what nation is there so great, that had statutes and judgments so righteous, as all this law which I set before you this day? Alright, so that's the point. Alright, what other nation got laws so righteous and so great as these laws that the Most High gave to the nation of YAHSHARAHLA, you so-called Negro, Native American, Hispanics? No other nation. Our laws are great. As a matter of fact, these laws were given to Moses, I think around 1492 BC, alright, which is thousands and thousands of years ago. Yet we have real estate laws, okay? We have real estate and land property laws. And welfare, we're going to go into that. We got welfare laws. Alright, so from there, we're going to go to Numbers chapter 15, verse 37. Alright, let's go there. Numbers chapter 15, verse 37. "And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make fringes in the border of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the border a ribbon of blue." So that would be like on the border of your garments. So when you see we go out and teach, you see us, we have the border of blue. See? You got the fringes and then the border of blue on it. And we should really be wearing that every day, you know, but if you can, do it. You know, but if you can't, then, you know, fringes are expensive, okay? But let's keep going. It says, "Speaking to the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the border of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the border a ribbon of blue. And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it, and remember all the commandments of the Lord, and do them, and that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which ye used to go a horn, that ye may remember and do all my commandments, and be holy unto the Lord your God." So that's the reason for these fringes. It's so that we'll remember the covenant that we made with the Most High, and remember his great laws that we said that we will follow, which is our laws. Alright, so from there, since we established that, okay, let's go to Leviticus chapter 19. All right, Leviticus chapter 19. Leviticus 19 and 9. We're going to go into the welfare laws, what you call, we just name it welfare laws. That's what they call it today. Basically, in America today, you have welfare, the welfare system, which is, a certain amount of so-called tax dollars, what they say, goes towards helping people, giving people money who need it, poor people, supposedly. But in the ancient days, we had that law also, which is where America gets that welfare system from. All right, that's what it's modeled after, our laws. Because we had a welfare system thousands of years ago. All right, show you how perfect our laws are. All right, so Leviticus 19, chapter 9 and 10. It says, "And when ye reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not wholly reap the corners of thy field." I mean, you're not supposed to fully reap the corner of your field. "Neither shalt thou gather the gleaming of thy harvest." The gleaming is like you'll go through it one time, and then the gleaming would be the second time you go through it to harvest fruit. So you wouldn't go harvest 2 times. You harvest it 1 time, whatever left over, you'll leave that. And whatever in the corners, you'll leave that. It says, "And thou shalt not glean thy vineyard, neither shalt thou gather every grape of thy vineyard." So you couldn't gather every grape. "Thou shalt leave them for the poor and stranger. I am the Lord your God." See? So from there we're going to go to Deuteronomy chapter 24. All right, so that was a welfare law thousands of years ago that the Most High gave us. All right. I'm sorry. Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 19. It says, "When thou cuttest down thine harvest in thy field, and hast forgotten a sheaf in the field, thou shalt not go again to fetch it." Meaning, if you harvest your field, all right, and you forgot a bundle or a bucket of whatever in the field, you're not supposed to go get it. Supposed to leave it for the poor. If it says, "Thou shalt not go again to fetch it. It shall be for the stranger, for the fatherless, and for the widow, that the Lord thy God may bless thee in all the work of thy hand. When thou beatest thine olive tree, thou shalt not go over the broods again. It shall be for the stranger, for the fatherless, and for the widow. When thou gatherest the grapes of thy vineyard, thou shalt not glean it afterward. It shall be for the stranger, for the fatherless, and for the widow. And thou shalt remember that thou was a bondman in the land of Egypt. Therefore I command thee to do this thing." So we had laws to make sure people could eat. There shouldn't have been no poor person in Israel. Just the same today. There shouldn't be no person begging on the street in America. If they follow these laws, they call themselves Christian, they follow these laws of the Bible, it wouldn't be nobody out here poor. Okay? It wouldn't be nobody out here starving. It should never be a starving person if you follow the laws of the Most High. All right, this is Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 24. "When thou comest into thy neighbor's vineyard, then thou mayest eat grapes thy field at thine own pleasure, but thou shalt not put any in thy vessel. When thou comest into the stranger standing corn of thy neighbor, then thou mayest pluck the ears with thine hand, but thou shalt not move a sickle unto thy neighbor's standing corn." So whenever you went, if we were just walking, say we were walking to camp, and we walked past cornfield or a vineyard full of grapes, we could take so much as we can carry, but we couldn't take any and put it in a vessel. That would be unlawful.